'Twas the night before Goutmas, and all through the fort, not a peep could be heard, except for one big snort.
Can you believe this, Jasper? For some reason, I just can't sleep tonight. Well, I suppose if I'm going to stay up, I might as well make something to drink. What the? SnortBucks? Where did this come from? Huh? What's going on out there? It must be those stupid kids again. What?
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow.
Nice, isn't it?
Ah! Who are you?
Just a cute pup in a sharp suit.
Oh.
Giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderful.
You know, I don't get it. Why would you all do something like this for me?
Tis the season, Phil. Don't worry about it. Here, have a SnortBucks coffee. On the house.
Wow, now that's a robust coffee.
Well, we are the best beverage company.
You said it. Wait a minute. Dogs don't wear suits, and they don't talk. Oh no! Wah! Huh? No!
And so SnortBucks was had, but not by the king, for that salty delight is a detractor thing. Happy Goutmas to all from SnortBucks.
Season's greetings and happy holidays from everybody here at GTG Network and Productions, DSP News, the Snort Report, SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company, Hard Snorts Gin and Tonic, and Tim Snortons. It's a thing. Stay salty. See, it works. I knew I was missing something at the end of that. In any case, welcome back to 12 Days of Goutmas, part of 25 days. Part of 25 days of Goutmas. Part of this partly formed GTG fucking Hallmark Channel type situation type deal, as Amberlynn Reed would say. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. So, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why I tend not to make concessions this tight in the timeline and shit. It's the holidays. I still got stuff that I need to fucking work out in IRL. Whatever. One person asks for a favor. For a video, I do it, and now, I mean, I didn't mind doing it, that's my people's, but now someone else is like, hey, I kind of need you to do this because you did this. So that's why we're at where we're at now. So so essentially what happened, ladies and gentlemen, to give you guys the TLDR on this, I've done 4 videos, all brought to us by SnortBucks, going over the older lore between the end of 2017 up until the end of 2018. And I was glad to do it, to be honest with you. And yet again, that'll lead into what we'll do on the Fight channel next year. Well, one of those videos isn't even out yet. Now that I think about it, where I'm at in the timeline. It's not even out yet. But they're like, hey, you know, you already told this story here. You need to tell this story to go along with it. I'd appreciate it. I'm like, all right, man. And, you know, They bought me a bunch of SnortBucks, so what can I say? and I got some whale-tailed gin out of the situation as well. So what are you gonna do? So since they paid the bounty, I suppose, I guess we can go into it. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring you guys 4 videos brought to us by SnortBucks, SnortBucks' second channel. For those of you who know, you should know. And we're gonna go back into, let's see, that would be, give me just a second. All right, we're back. We're going to be moving between, or well, from June of 2017, sorry, to September 19th of 2017. So we're going to have 4 videos that are going to essentially cover that. So we're coming right off of the Pandaleeee breakup and her escape from the SnortFort. Then it leads us into DSP's lonely era, depression, this, that, and the third. Then it leads into basically save the house. We're gonna lead into the fundraiser, save the house, my depression segment or era, if you will. So fun stuff to be had and whatnot. And I will put this PSA out for the people who hear, for the people who know, who need to hear this. They need to know. When the line has been, this is like betting. When the line has been set, you know, that's it. The bets are closed. You know what I'm saying? Because you hit me a little close in the timeline here. So like, you know what I'm saying? When I finalized the list, if you wanted stuff to be added, add it when I put the list out to y'all. That's the reason why, that's the reason why I put the list out. So you guys kind of know what videos I'm thinking about going over. If you want to add stuff in, by all means do it then. But it's whatever. I do everything at the last minute too, so who am I to demand something out of you when I do it myself? So it is what it is. All of. Anyway, for the rest of y'all, season's greetings and happy holidays and whatnot. And without further ado, let's go ahead and move along positively in our situation here. So here's that. And let's get into the first video that's on the docket. Let's see here. All right. And then I'll leave you guys with proper introductions and we will move along. First up, big up to Chio18, as usual. Thank you very much for the holiday intros and whatnot. They're fantastic, and I'm glad that all of you guys seem to enjoy them. Big ups and whatnot. But everybody here is absolutely ecstatic over them. They just keep outdoing themselves each and every year. It's amazing. So thank you very much to Chio. Okay, so let's see here. We're here with SnortBucks, first video of 4 that will make up our holiday broadcast. Let's see here. KO Gaming / DSP'Gaming. Lonely House Walkthrough 2017. Oh Christ. Oh Christ. I know exactly what this one is. This is Jesus. This was published June 25th of 2017. The link, as all videos that I use, will be linked down in the description. Oh man. Oh man. Wait till you guys see this coping struggle session here. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me not hold it off any longer. Without further ado, here we go.
This is how I play the game! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
What's going on, folks? Phil here with a special vlog, a quick walkthrough vlog, because the other day...
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have plenty to say about this. Only because I would assume since Kat has been there, some of this has changed up. I want to tell you, in all honesty, that new furniture is definitely there, probably a bigger television, the sound system's probably different. I would assume there's quite a bit that's been changed. Hence the reason why DSP doesn't want to show us home when these videos are available, and the majority of these videos are still available on his channel. You know what I mean? And this is one of many vlog videos he's done over the years in the SnortFort, where we know what the layout of the house is. You know what I'm saying? No one had to stalk him. No one had to do all this extra shit. He gave all of this information out willingly and freely. Just remember that. All right. Here we go. This is post Panda.
I decided to
Redecorate the place a little bit. As you know, there's been some changes around here recently.
and I said, you know what? I just want to make it look fresh or look new or do something different with the house so that it feels like, I don't know, like I'm moving forward. You know what I mean?
Now, I also have something to say. Now, if you guys have seen my video where we talk about, or if that video's even out yet, that video where I talk about the soulmate and everything like that, cat, basically. I have given you guys a timeline on when I think DSP was talking to her and when they first established contact, I should say, before the first time they actually publicly spoke with each other. Quick refresher. The first time Kat and DSP officially spoke to each other on Twitter was June 1st. We're at, what is this? This is June 25th. Okay? So he's already, quote unquote, fixing up the house and doing all this shit in preparation for Kat's first visit, right? That's the reason why he did this. So now it comes down to, would you really invite a person that you knew you've only been talking to for, according to his timeline, about a month or so, you were already preparing the SnortFORT for her to come and visit you in that short of a period of time? Make it make sense. That's why I theorize that DSP has been talking to Kat at the earliest was December of 2016, but the latest beginning of 2017, January, February, if you will, which would kind of make sense given how his relationship with Panda really fell apart, and he's part of the problem, obviously, or he's as much of a cause of their breakdown as she was. So anyway, it's my own theory.
Something's different now that it's stagnant or stuck where it was for the last 3 years that I've lived here. And one thing I realized as I was upstairs in my office.
Wow, the place was stagnant and stuck in the 3 years that that you and Panda were together. God damn, he shit on her heavy on the way out. I mean, he shit on her while she was there, but when she was out of there, he was shitting on her heavy. Anyway, let's continue.
The other day, I was already going through the office looking for something completely unrelated, and I said, holy shit, I have all this artwork that I bought over the years, gaming related.
Look at his greasy hoof. Why is your fucking hoof greasy, Phil? Ew, that's gross.
Pop culture related. And I never did anything with it. I basically just left it lying around in the closet wrapped. I never even unwrapped it from the move from Connecticut to Washington State.
Yeah, because Panda didn't want that trash in her house that she was cleaning and maintaining. That makes sense. That's the only reason why you didn't do it. And you could have put it up in your own office or studio or whatever the fuck you calls it now. But you didn't because, oh, I need the room for the soundproofing. Even though, if you see how he has the soundproofing set up the old way he did anyway, it didn't really make any sense anyway, but whatever.
So I did a little bit of decorating.
What I want to do is walk around the house quickly and just show you kind of what the house looks like in regards to, where it is right now. So first of all, walking into the living room.
Where's that little movable table you have where you keep your liquor on? It's not that one right there. Well, maybe it is that one, actually. But he has like this little rolling table, like desk, not desk, it's like a dresser type contraction that he's known to put his liquor on and shit at night. And that's so easy access, basically. So he doesn't have to keep getting up and going to the kitchen. I want to say it may be that thing right there, but don't hold me to it. It's in an Instagram picture for sure. Like if you go back and watch some of Tevin's old streams, Tevin brings a picture up every once in a while. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, I have, if we can believe it, I actually have different pillows for each kind of season, throw pillows for my big, sofa here.
I mean, Panda bought different throw pillows for every season. Whatever.
But I always had this big splash artwork right here on the wall of the living room because I thought it was nice because we live in Washington.
You know what? To the person who requested this, I know why you did it now. I see what you did. I see what you did. You saw what Chio did in the newest intro. You wanted. I see what you did. All right, bet. I wasn't mad at you before, but I am less irritated now. Let's say that. Big ups.
To be reminded of some nice raves. I used to have them out in Connecticut. We really don't have this out here. You don't go to Washington to go to the beach, you know what I mean? And I'm not in a beachy area either. So this was nice to have in the living room, but we got a nice skyline of Seattle over here hanging above the fireplace. But then over here, I hung my Super Mario Bros. 3 artwork. So this is by Square Painter.
Why didn't you do this during the day? Why is this at night? But then again, what did I tell y'all? He likes doing it. Back in these days, he was doing everything at night for the most part. Damn near. Because he was usually hung over during the day. So, so apparently that what they call it? That moment of clarity, if you will, came in later on down the line, I guess, before the next re-up, before 10 o'clock.
The guy who I used to buy artwork from all the time, and I've given many plugs in my videos back in the day, but it's been quite a while since I've been to any conventions or anything like that, and I certainly don't have any money to spend on this kind of stuff anymore, which is why I'm happy I actually...
And that it doesn't flow. Like, there's a reason why Panda didn't want him to hang that stuff up. It doesn't flow with the decor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hey, dude, you were damn near raised by women. How did you not know this? It doesn't really flow well. That's the reason why Panda didn't want that shit hung up.
Partook in a lot of his stuff back when I had the money.
That, and this was all fake gamer fucking props anyway. That's what it is, because DSP's a poser. So that's all these gaming artworks and fucking pop media stuff is. It's just poser shit.
Do it before I ever moved out here. So Super Mario Brothers 3, nice big painting hanging there on the wall in front of the couch, okay?
And what did you hang that on? And how did you hang it up? And have they fallen ever since? Because think about it. If this idiot couldn't hang a fucking coat rack, and he has two larger pictures of like the floral pictures, I should say, or they're pictures of flowers. He didn't hang those up either. He waited until his mom and dad came up to visit him so he could hang those up. Essentially, his father, Dave, did. He hung those up. So how did you hang this shit up? Do these things have like sticky tape behind them or whatever, or that one adhesive tape that you can put up and then you can put a hook onto it and then it hangs it? I wonder. I'm curious how he pulled that off.
Of course, I got various movies and things that I've been watching.
Keep in mind, this Mongoloid, even at this particular point, didn't know how to run his washing machine. But we're going around hanging up gaming pictures. I'm just throwing it out there, bro. I'm just throwing it out there.
Watching recently, the series Dragon Ball Z Rick and Morty, which I believe Tyler sent me. Thank you, shout out to him for sending that to me. I appreciate it. Nothing really to see in here. This hasn't changed much at all since I moved here. We got this nice fall painting. It's not really a painting, of course. I bought it from IKEA. It's one of those things you stretch out. You put it there, but it's nice. Something for the big giant empty wall.
You mean a canvas? It's a canvas piece. Whatever. I don't need the nitpick on you. I own a few of them myself, so I can. That's why I'm being nitpicky about it.
That was there. And then here is the dining.
Oh, look at this shit. Oh, look at the struggle session with the DSP tries and coupons up there at the very top. He was literally eating fast food around the clock. Around the clock. And that right there was one of the reasons why, amongst other things, but that was one of the reasons why he snapped that War Dog leader the way he did. Because DSP wanted to have his little struggle session, oh, woe is me. And War Dog Leader came in there and was like, hey, man, you can't keep doing this shit forever. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who go through a lot of shit in life, and life continues to move forward because guess what? Bills need to be paid. You know what I'm saying? Life doesn't stop because of a breakup or, unfortunately, in War Dog's situation, a loss of a family member, his brother in particular. RIP to him. And so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That's all War Dog was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But DSP wanted to sit there and play bitch and be like, oh, I can't do anything. I don't have anybody to make healthy meals for me anymore or clean the house or wash my clothes. And like I said, someone like War Dog Leader doesn't want to hear that bullshit. No, none of us do. Let's be honest. Whether you've had loss or you've experienced a loss or not, no one wants to hear that shit. Shut the fuck up and get back to work at the end of the day. And DSP had his little hissy fit and that turned into what it turned into.
Your table.
With 400 fast food coupons.
Yeah, look at all that shit. That's what that dude was eating from the time Panda left up until the day Cat got there. That's what he was doing. Just straight up fast food, fast food, fast food.
Because what I do is I look for DSP tries and, gee, do they have a new item? And if they do, I see, these are the coupons that come in the mail. And I see, do I have a coupon? Maybe to save some money when I get those items. I know it's funny, the whole side of the table now is...
I wonder if he still does the coupon game now, because I'm all about my coupon game. So it is what it is. For real, for real. So I wonder if that's something that he still does himself. I assume he does, to be honest. But the thing is, though, if you're using DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever those things are, from what I'm told, you can't actually do that. That's the reason why they have online deals, because they don't really allow you to use coupons, I suppose. I'm not really a DoorDash person, so I can't tell you on that or speak on that. So if that's the case, I mean, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. Like maybe some of those websites Well, no, because if he's going through Grubhub, then I don't think he'd be able to really use a coupon. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe I should pull up Grubhub or DoorDash, whatever. I've never really been one to use one of those things and see what's what. I assume though he probably don't, but it'd be funny if he did.
Coupons for fast food, which is funny because I only eat fast food maybe once a week, if that now.
Sure. Once a week. You mean the same lie that he basically tells us now? Okay.
So this is like, even though it looks like it's so much, I barely ever even eat at these places.
And here's the crazy part too, if you think about it. That's what Kat was walking into. She was walking into the SnortFort, barely any food in the refrigerator, and coupons galore all over the place. So when you guys really think about, myself included, when I think about how the hell is it that Kat gained all that weight, look at the environment she walked into. You know what I mean? Like, look at the circumstances that she inherited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the queen of the house has left and went off to get her own kingdom. You essentially got a usurper. She's not even a usurper. You have the replacement and shit there. Like, fucking DSP is like the Gouty version of King Henry VIII. And she's just the next replacement. You know what I'm saying? It's not really her kingdom. It never really will be. Right? And she has to acclimate to the fucking environment that she's in. And eventually Phil broke her ass down, buck broke her, if you will. And it kind of makes sense why she blew up it or ballooned up in weight the way she did, which is unfortunate if you think about it.
Do you see my DVD collection? Giant, right? Giant.
Oh yeah, look at that shit. That whole collection allegedly he ain't sold off because he really needed the money and all that. That's bullshit. He's not selling shit. He didn't sell jack shit. I guarantee you they're all still there. And hell, for all we know, that collection's gotten even bigger since Panda left.
DVD collection against the wall there. The kitchen is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. So I'm not even going to bother, doing a walkthrough of that.
That's kind of funny because I'm kind of wondering, has the refrigerator died out on you? We already know that the washing, we knew that the garbage disposal ended up fucking up. The dishwasher ended up being broken. I think that's it. I feel like the refrigerator is dying out though. I can't prove that, but I'm assuming it is. So who knows what the actual kitchen looks like these days. Oh. Well, that's fantastic news. All right, bet. Anyway, so make of that what you will. All right, here we go.
But as for other artwork, I've always had this flower kind of painting in the front hallway, but it kind of sucks because originally what I wanted to do is I wanted to get two and put one here and one here, but this ended up being so big you can't get another one and fit it there.
What are you talking about? He might be right. His angling is kind of weird, but he's weird, so I guess that makes sense.
So kind of a bummer.
I don't know. I mean, if he moves it closer to the light switch, maybe. But I don't know if it would be aesthetically pleasing. And if that was the case, and you don't have the room, then why didn't you move that portrait into the middle of the wall then? Why didn't you just do that? Like, you just got all that space. Whatever. It's what it is.
And then I never ended up doing anything, so it's still kind of bare there. That's my laundry room. Woohoo. I'm sure you're very excited about that.
Yeah, the same laundry room that you never really went in, and you don't know how to use it. So imagine that.
One thing I need to do, I need to find something for right here, because this is where my Christmas tree goes from, December to, say, late January. Actually, most of November. I usually put it up right after Thanksgiving. This is so bare, and I just...
And see, this right here is the reason why, even though I haven't spoken on the office yet, or his studio, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, let alone his new setup, I'm gonna hold off on that. But the reason why I haven't spoken about it yet, but the reason why I said in a previous video this year, that all he's trying to do is fill his spaces, that's all it is. And you can see it right here. Every bare wall is something to be filled, or be covered up, or be utilized in some way, shape, or form. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of bare walls, if you will, in the house, man. You don't have to put something on everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing. You know what I mean? But for DSP though, I think, yet again, it's just all to feed his ego. You know what I'm saying? If something's on it, hey, look at what I bought. Hey, look at what I got. This, that, and the third is something to brag about, which is weird because he don't have any friends. No one comes to visit him. So what's the point? But then again, all of this is done in preparation for Catherine's first visit. So keep that in mind. And he had a stake. What are these? Okay, I don't remember these other videos, but I do know that Phil had a staycation coming up. Yeah, he has a staycation coming up, which may have been the first time that Cat actually showed up. We'll get there. We'll get there. So maybe that's the reason why this is happening when it's happening.
Haven't really found anything good to put there yet. I don't know
That's when we start getting into the staycation arc.
if I want anything gaming related. I think maybe a more generic painting, like, you know, like the ones I'm about to show you, those. Maybe something there. I don't know, but really nothing has stuck out. And the other thing is, you can tell the previous owners, these are all screws and nails for the previous owners.
And you never did anything about it? You just left him there? All right, whatever. Whatever.
They had something here that was level, and I don't know what it was, but if I could find something long...
You mean like a picture? Like a portrait? Like a canvas? You know, like the very thing that you're talking about right now, Phil? Jesus Christ, you're fucking mongoloid.
like that to just hang on their existing screws so I don't have to make more holes in the wall would be good, but I really haven't taken any time to look, especially because right now I don't think I should be spending any money on stuff like that. So hitting upstairs.
Oh yeah, he was a poor boy around this time, boy. You guys remember that? Especially going into the winter, fall and winter. He said he couldn't afford to turn his heat on, so he had to put on his blouses. Sorry, his sweaters. They're really blouses, but he had to put on his sweaters to save money, so he couldn't turn the heat on, and he made all kinds of weird ass Instagram posts back in those days. Holy shit! Like Panda left him mentally and emotionally all fucked up when she left. That shit must have really been devastating. He tried to put on a brave face or act like he was in control of the situation, but nah, he was broken down. Straight bitch. Straight bitch. Who would have thought that Panda Lee fucking had a bigger dick than fucking DSP?
This is the same pictures that I always had since we moved here. In fact, I bought these in the summer of 2014, but was having a lot of issues hanging them because I wasn't sure how to hang things. I knew how to hang things to make, a hole in the wall, but I didn't know how to properly, do the wiring and everything in the back. So when my parents...
Oh man, it's fantastic hearing him say that again. It's fantastic hearing him say that again. This dude was incompetent. Dave, Linda, why? Why? Why did you let this ass clown leave your home so unprepared? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Visited in the Christmas 2014, my dad actually showed me how to do it and helped me hang these here on
Told you. Well, his father actually did hang him. That's what it was, but whatever.
On the staircase, which is very nice of him. So heading upstairs, this is really what you guys are going to want to see because I have turned my upstairs hallway
into pretty much an art gallery.
Oh my god, this is pathetic. Like I said, I haven't paid too much attention to DSP's new art, like office setup or studio setup or whatever the fuck. But if you think that shit was pathetic, peep this shit. Peep this shit. Remember, this is 2017.
Okay, which is pretty cool because I've had artwork, and we're actually gonna look at the bedroom too. I've got art hanging in there now too. Since I moved here.
It's funny, and this shows you how much of a coward he is. He had to wait until Panda left his ass to do this. He wasn't man enough to do it while she was there, so he had to wait till she left to finally do it. Yikes.
These things I've had, they all were hanging in Connecticut, in my condo there. I just put them away, out of sight, out of mind, right? And I never really bothered anything with it. And, the other night I'm walking through the house, I'm like, my God, I lived here for 3 years. This house is fucking empty. What am I doing? I have all this nice artwork I paid tons of money for years and years ago. I gotta use it. So I did. So I busted it all out. So we're gonna take a look in a moment. So first of all, this is the CM Punk commemorative plaque that was issued in early 2013 after he had held the WWE title for 434 days, okay? Pretty nice. Now, it's funny because then after that, if you remember, they unified it, and then they split it up again. So stupid, right? But anyway.
Dude, you should have made me seasick. Like, stop swaying from side to side. Just stand still. What the fuck? No wonder you and fucking Panda didn't have any fucking panty time and shit. If you kept fucking moving around the way you did, probably made her nauseous. The fuck?
Yeah, CM Punk, the longest reigning WWE champion in 25 years. And I bought this on a whim. I didn't even know about it. And someone told me about it. I said, oh shit. And I rushed to the site and it was there available. I bought it. Dude, this sold out. I'm not even kidding you. It sold out within an hour online. So I was number 377 of 434. that were ever sold. From what I understand, this plaque is worth a lot of money because it's got both the signatures of CM Punk and Paul Heyman.
A literal fucking a literal born consumer. Holy shit! Don't get me wrong, I got my collectibles and shit too, but I actually got my shit appraised, so I know what my shit's worth. On top of the stuff that I inherited, I know what my shit's worth. Like DSP, bro, this is it's a marketing ploy. I'm sure this might be worth, you know what I'm saying, a couple of $100, maybe a couple of thousand if he can find an actual like diehard like CM Punk fan and or collector. But I mean, really, I mean, with his namesake attached to it, it might actually be worth a little bit more now that I think about it.
You know, plus this layout. Of course, CM Punk left the company shortly after. It was, what, 2014, I believe? When he was so disgruntled with what they were doing with him that he left the company completely. So this is, I
mean, it's not like he didn't have a good reason. Like, CM Punk had a pretty good reason to get the fuck up out of there.
pretty sure this is worth a good amount of money. I haven't looked it up on the internet, but at least I heard it was, so.
Who'd you hear it from? You don't have any friends? Like, who are you talking to? All right, whatever. All right, whatever.
So now let's go through the...
You would think, though, too, for as much of a fucking mark that he is, like, he didn't buy any other, like, wrestling paraphernalia or any, like, other collectibles and shit. Like, that always kind of, like, took me by surprise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that every wrestling fan needs a title belt, for example. But, like, you would think, though, that he might have bought, like, at least one. Just for the sake of having it. But he never did. Never did.
It's so funny because, look, it actually looks like an art gallery, doesn't it?
Nah, not at all. This shit just looks sad. This looks sad as fuck.
And could you just imagine little, like, plaques on the wall under each thing saying what they are? All right, so let's go through. Let's go.
That sounds bougie. That sounds bougie as shit. I know you're not going to do that. So what the fuck?
What they all are. First of all, here, this was the collaboration between a bead artist and the square painter. Square painter painted the background, and a bead artist made all the beads for it. This is the Sparkman boss fight from Mega Man 3. He's actually using the Shadow Blade from Shadow Man ability against him because that's his weakness. Pretty cool, right? All right, here we've got a classic scene from the Punch-Out video game on NES, or the Famicom, whichever you want to call it, depending on where you live, that was turned into a meme around the time that I bought this painting. Remember, it was the, I'm not going to say it, stole my bike meme? So, yeah, it's that scene. It's the trainer riding the bike and Little Mac chasing after the trainer, trying to basically work out, you know, to prepare for his fights coming up in boxing. Pretty cool. Here we've got one of the few...
I don't know why he just didn't come out and say the word, but, you know what I'm saying? A bitch is going to be a bitch, I guess. He's clearly thinking it, so I don't know why he just don't come out and say it.
Few pieces of artwork I have hanging that's not, like, video game related. Dr. Doom.
That's kind of fire, actually. I can't front. That's kind of all right.
From an artist called Madak, and this is all hand done. It's real, you know, paint.
Why the fuck are you touching it? Piece of shit. God damn it.
Tell you, did it. It's not a reproduction. It's an original. This is the only one on the earth of this painting. It is fucking good.
I'm pretty confident it's not the only one. Whatever. What? Even more reason not to touch it. Even more reason not for you to have your nasty bacon grease fucking covered hooves touching that shit. That if it's one of a kind, if it's a one of one, dumbass. Jesus Christ.
Gorgeous, man. I love this painting of Dr. Doom. Really nice, and it fits perfectly right here between the bathroom and the hallway. Like right here, the perfect spot for it.
Wow, the horrors that the horrors that damn thing is fucking heard. If it was a real person, obviously, or a living person, the horrors and the smells that thing has probably gone through is probably terrible. That's unfortunate.
Right. Moving forward, we've got a bathroom. Very exciting. I'm sure you wanted to see that.
Yeah, is that the? Let's see. That's one of what, 2 upstairs? Because the third one's downstairs. Like I said, the toilets in all of them were damn near fucked up at one time or another, which is weird. You had fucked up every toilet.
Another Mega Man piece of art. This again, square painter and the bead art guy. Although it's funny because in this one, he didn't paint anything in the background. It's just blue, right? So it really isn't square painter. This is Mega Man 2, the Airman boss fight. So there's Airman throwing out his air, and this is Leaf Man's ability, Leaf Shield, which is the weakness of Airman. So, pretty nice. Again, wouldn't it be awesome to have like a plaque here, Mega Man 2, Airman boss fight or something? That'd be pretty sweet. Behind me, and this one's hard to film because...
He's a kid. He's legitimately a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, he's legitimately a child. Like, it's hard to argue against it. You know what I mean? Like, if you really wanted to go as far as to put like a decoration like plaque or whatever, or a decorative plaque at the bottom of each painting, or picture or whatever. I mean, that's fine if you're doing it in like a man cave or some shit. If you really want to go the extra mile or whatever, fuck, right? That's one thing. But in your home, like, no, not at all. You're not gonna have too many panties dropping like that, Phil. Obviously.
It's very wide, so I'm going to try to get it from an angle here. This is Ninja Gaiden 2, the opening introduction sequence, where you're first introduced to the new villain. And I've actually played Ninja Gaiden 2, so if you'd like to see this actual screen, you can find those videos on DSP'Gaming where I tried to play Ninja Gaiden 2. I think I did beat Ninja Gaiden 2, legitimately. I don't think I beat Ninja...
Legitimately? That's a weird way of phrasing it.
Gaiden 1. I think I tried to beat 1 and I couldn't, but I'm pretty sure I beat 2. But anyway, you can find it on my channel, and there you go. Pretty awesome scene from Ninja Gaiden 2, right? And then directly behind me,
and that's another sad thing too that I want to bring up. He doesn't have an identity. Like, he clings to gaming because it's the only thing that he feels that he's ever been successful at. But that's not your identity, though. That's not who you are as a person. And the reality is, he doesn't know who the fuck he is as a person. Which is the reason why he clings on to gaming the way he does. Because he's got nothing else. And that's like, I don't have no sympathy for him, so don't get me wrong. I don't care if it's the holiday season or not. I don't have no sympathy for him at all. The boot on his fucking neck all night and keep applying. But that is kind of sad that you have nothing to identify with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've never formulated anything in your personality. Think about his relationship with John and Howard. That all came about because of Street Fighter, or because of fighting games in general, but mainly Street Fighter. Other than that, what else did he really have in common with those guys? You know what I mean? And his only real connection to Howard was John. And his only real connection to Respect the Pack was really Howard, to be honest with you. His only real connection to like OJ is probably either John, Howard, or both. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have any real authentic connections with anybody. They're either dead or they just don't talk anymore, or he just doesn't talk to them anymore. You know what I mean? Kind of sad when you think about it.
I got, of course, the iconic boss fight from Super Mario Bros. 1, with Mario with the Fire Flower ability shooting fireballs at Bowser, who is tossing his hammers at Mario on the boss bridge. Pretty sweet, right? And again, that's Square Painter. So, great quality stuff. And here's what I really like. If I turn around right here, take a look at what this looks, just look. Art on both sides, and even going all the way back to the bedroom, you see artwork, right?
How cool is that?
This is so much better. These walls were...
You could tell he was cracking up. You could tell he was losing his shit back in those days. He was losing his shit. Damn.
Completely bare. You know what it is, when I moved here, and we're about to check out the bedroom too, so I can show you the art in there. When I moved here, I set it up somewhat, but then I got so wrapped up in the business itself and keeping the business afloat and everything, I never took the time to go back and do stuff like this. And I feel bad because this artwork has been sitting around for 3 friggin' years, gorgeous art, right? That could have made my house look nice. You could have seen this in vlogs and videos, and instead I just fucking left it wrapped in my closet like an idiot. I finally slapped myself out of it the other day. I said, no, I gotta do this. So, alright, so... now, real quick, we're going to check out the bedroom. There's not too much to look at in here, okay? It really isn't. But
A bed, a TV.
with nothing under it, because I got rid of the cable box because it wasn't even working.
You got rid of the cable box because it wasn't even working. What the fuck are you doing with a dead fucking cable box back there? Why the fuck did you just call and have them come and replace it? Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Fucking mongoloid.
Above my bed, I have artwork of Italy. It's supposed to be like an Italian countryside. This is a reproduction.
Wow, that's pretty sad because you're never gonna see it. Panda never saw it, and Cat doesn't even sleep in there, so that don't matter. But she's never gonna see it. Isn't that unfortunate?
It's not an original. You know, it's not an original like the freaking Dr. Doom out here. No, this is a reproduction I bought from like a local variety store or whatever. So it's not real and it wasn't expensive or anything. That hangs above the bed. But then over here, I've got 3 paintings from a longtime fan who I haven't talked to. I'm not even kidding. Since like I think the last contact I had with her was 2013 2013.
Was this the chick who made the booby paintings? Booby paintings, booby. I'm sorry, that's I get it. That's immature. So she was the one who made the titty paintings. That's what that was. She was the one who made the titty paintings.
Yeah. So there was a girl who did videos on YouTube, and she painted.
And she was a super fan of my stuff.
Okay, and she sent me a bunch of artwork, basically. And these are the ones, this one I had hanging in Connecticut, in my condo in Connecticut. These other two were packed away, and I never unpacked them. Like, I just looked at them briefly and left them in the original packaging. And because I got them, I believe I got them in late 2013, but I didn't have anywhere to hang them in Connecticut. That was when my condo in Connecticut was getting super cluttered as it was. And then when I moved out here, I completely
He's a fucking hoarder. That's the reason why. He's a goddamn hoarder.
forgot I had them. So how cool is this? This is nice now, right? Now the bedroom looks good because now you've got all this artwork surrounding it. It's no more bare.
And why isn't that shit downstairs, to be honest with you? Because that's kind of like an interesting conversation piece. I don't want to bring people into my bedroom and be like, oh yeah, it's a picture that this chick made me with her tits. That, like, you can have that shit downstairs. That's far better of a fucking conversation piece over a fucking a bottle of beer, or well, a glass of beer, I guess. Or a fucking bottle of wine or some shit. Not up in your bedroom, bro.
Walls like it used to be. And honestly, the only other thing I'd like to show you is that way back here in my storage, like, oh god, it's creepy, there's no light. Oh,
the Nook.
I've still got a ton of these stats.
I'd love to see what that Nook looks like now. Holy fuck, I'd love to see what's in that bitch now. I gotta tell you. Because all the stuff he allegedly sold over the years, I bet you that shit's still full, or there's even more junk in it. Allegedly, though, all the broken chairs they got rid of. Allegedly.
Statues that I never sold.
If you remember a couple years back,
Oh yeah, there's the She-Hulk statue, I think.
when I first moved to Washington, I was looking to raise extra funds, and I sold a bunch of these. I still have a ton. I still got the replica assault rifle from Gears of War. I've still got the replica portal gun. I've still got the replica assault rifle from
Supposedly one of his dents bought the portal gun some years ago, supposedly.
fucking Mass Effect 3 that's worth like $500-$600. I still got, look, She-Hulk. I still got the Hulk.
Why isn't that She-Hulk in a box, my guy? Wait a second, was this around the statue? When he was trying to sell the statues, or was that 2018? I'm gonna need to look now. But for those of you who know, you know. There's that period of time where a good Samaritan had DSP, he must have had DSP going for about 2 weeks or so. Had DSP getting up in the middle of the night, taking pictures, sending it to him, different angles, all kinds of shit. That was fucking hilarious. It was either $6,000 or $9,000. That whole statue arc. It might have been 6,000. But anyway, it was pretty funny. That was a pretty funny situation.
Giant one, the Joker figurine. I've got so much stuff back there that I never got around to selling. There was a lot of it that I was listing.
And people were jokingly bidding on it and then withdrawing their bids and being dicks about it.
And it got to the point where there was so much of it that I said, I'm just going to put it on hiatus. It's now been 2 years. So maybe what I'll do, because I don't think the online route's really going to work for me, selling stuff online, because so many people try to troll me. Maybe what I'll do is I'll look in the state of Washington if there's anyone who has like a business of collectibles and see if they'd be interested in picking some of these up. Because, hey.
No, they're not going to do that. You have to bring that to them. Unless you're trying to do like an eBay type situation or whatever. And you're going to do hand to hand. But if he's talking about like a hobby shop or some shit or a comic book shop, which they did have those back in those days, they probably still do, you're gonna have to go there directly and ask what that's worth. But it don't matter because DSP is gonna want what he paid for or over, and that's just not realistic in the reseller market.
At this point, I have no plans on putting them out in the house.
And any little bit of money is going to help, you know.
Money.
So we'll see. But anyway, I just want to show you, I still have a ton of those in the back over there. You know, of course, I hear this furniture extra shit, you know, lying around. What are you going to do? That's what the Nook was for. It's kind of like the odds and ends of the house that don't have anywhere to go. The old computer chairs that are all busted now, and I never found anywhere to put them. I believe I could go donate them somewhere. Not really donate, but like toss them somewhere. There's somewhere you could dump them, but I don't know where. So, a final look at my upstairs art gallery.
Like, holy shit. You couldn't have put those things in the back seat, toss them behind a fucking grocery store, like trash can or some shit. Like nothing. He lacks any type of imagination, man. Holy fuck. And he's got no sense of like, despite his begging, he has no sense of like self-preservation at all. At all. He just doesn't have it.
In my house, I love it. I think it looks sweet. Like I said, if I could, if I had frivolous money, I would buy little metallic plaques underneath that would say what each one is, and it would actually look like an art gallery.
You could have just gone to Etsy. Well, I don't know if Etsy was a thing at this time, actually, now I think about it. But well, now he could just go to Etsy and do that shit.
Here, but I don't have any money to blow.
But I mean, since Cat's already entrapped in the house, what's the point now, right? You don't need to impress a prisoner.
Like that, so hope you enjoyed it. And no, I didn't hang any artwork in the office. You might say, well, why doesn't Phil hang any artwork in his office? My office doesn't have room. Look, all the walls of my office now have the soundproofing foam on them. Okay? Like every available spot where you would hang a piece of art, I have soundproofing foam. There's
No, I will mention this, now that I think about it. Because of how the new layout of his office is, or whatever the fuck, it doesn't make any sense how he's getting around that L-shaped desk. I don't get it. Like, just given where it's positioned, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, he's not sleeping in there, obviously. But it seems really strange, like, why he would position everything the way he does. Seems kind of weird.
nowhere to put. The only room I have in my entire office to hang anything.
That shit's got no feng shui at all, bro. Holy shit.
My YouTube play button. For getting, you know, what was it, 100,000 subs on DSP'Gaming? That's it. It's the only, there's no room in here to hang anything. So.
This is just solely for work, what you see in here. That's it.
Work.
Okay? Alright.
Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
Probably the truest statement he's ever said. Anywho, on the video number 2. Don't worry, there'll be timestamps. But on the video number 2. Let's see here. All right. All right. Holy shit, that was depressing as hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the second video that will make up our holiday broadcast. Also brought to us by SnortBucks too. KO Gaming / DSP'Gaming. Relaxing from relaxation. And then July STAYCATION. This is from June 26th of 2017. Yet again, the links will be down in the description. Womp womp. Here we go.
This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Instead of doing, I'm doing my typical 4-hour stream, maybe I'll do 2 hours earlier, I'll start streaming, right? And then maybe at nighttime, I'll do a stream that's a longer nighttime stream by like 1 to 2 hours. So I'm going to be going from playing anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, or 3 to 6 hours a day, up to say maybe 8 to 10 hours a day. Okay? And I'm going to be doing that for about 3 or 4 days to build up a bunch of videos.
So that I can take a few days off and have videos uploading during that time period. Okay?
So that's going to be coming up.
Now remember, we didn't know, we really didn't know anything about Cat yet, except for the few people who were paying attention to that Twitter exchange on the 1st of June. Other than that, no one knew anything about anything. But I'm surprised that the STAYCATION didn't raise more eyebrows. But you know what I'm saying? At that time, there's already a bunch of shit going on with Phil and whatever. So there's a bunch of lanes of attack. So you could understand how it may have been slightly overlooked.
And
I'm sure the farms, though, was paying attention.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. Red Dead Redemption, I know, is a game that could be anywhere from 30 to 40 hours long. Okay? At this point, I'm in Mexico, so I'm kind of about halfway through the game, I believe. Because, you know, if you look at the amount of time I've played, it's been about 14 to 16 hours I've been playing so far. And I think the game, like I said, could be anywhere from 30 to 40 hours, depending on how much content you do in the game. So I think I'm about halfway through. And I'm thinking if I do focus on this, I'll be playing, you know, maybe another week to week and a half till I finish this game, and then I'll be able to start Dark Souls 2.
You know, it was weird, and maybe it's just me. Especially in the older stuff, not so much now, but in the older stuff, you can hear John in his voice sometimes, like just some of John's like vocal mannerisms or whatever. I can hear some of that in Phil's voice. Some of Howard's too, actually, which, you know, that just goes along with the meme that he's basically a social sponge. But it's very pronounced in the older stuff compared to what's going on now. I just thought I'd bring that up.
So maybe what I would like to do is finish up Red Dead Redemption by maybe that first full week of July and start Dark Souls 2 and do a ton of gameplay of Dark Souls 2 before I go on
my break.
so that I'll have all these videos to upload. Also, I'm definitely going to be doing some fighting game stuff. Maybe I'll do like 1 to 2 major fighting game streams of Ultra Street Fighter 2 and Tekken 7 before I go on this break. So that way, during the break, you'll have a wide variety of videos going live on DSP Gaming. You know, you'll have a variety of, whether it's the end of Red Dead Redemption or the beginning of Dark Souls 2, plus fighting game stuff, alright? And I'm sure some people are going to wonder when I say break, how long am I talking?
Actually, real quick, you know what's interesting? There's a guy that LTG's beefing with, because why wouldn't he? And he does breakdowns of of LTG's Tekken 8 content, right? And it made me think, outside of Evil AJ, actually, no, there's a few other people, actually, that have kind of broken down some of DSP's bullshit. It's like Soma Julius Cruz did a little bit of that. There's a few others. I never mind. I retract my previous statement. I retract my previous statement.
Probably a few days. I'm probably thinking anywhere from 3 to 5 days, depending on how things go.
I don't know, 3 to 5 days. I mean, that right there would kind of be a convenient time for Cat to show up. I'm just saying. Don't make any assumptions yet. Just trying to prime you guys a bit, I guess, before we lead up to it. I'm trying to figure out what's the motives behind the good Samaritan in question who chose these videos, and I'm starting to see some of it, but it might be just me.
What I basically want to do is take time completely away from streaming and YouTube to kind of get unwound a little bit and just recover a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, get my voice back to a point where I think it'll be...
Wait, isn't this around the time the Danganronpa bullshit was going on? Over the Patreon shit? And he ended up fucking like, he wasn't dedicating himself to the playthrough or whatever because he said his voice hurt or whatever the fuck. But people on Patreon paid their money for him to play this shit. I may be jumping the gun, but I'm pretty... a lot of this shit starting to sound real familiar.
You know, my...
Oh, but interestingly enough, it's funny how he shitted on Andy and PPP, right? For all the time they take off, all of their vacation days and all this, that, and the third. And yet it took Panda breaking up with your ass for you to take, staycation days off. And they almost all, I'm starting to think, they almost all revolved around Cat coming to see you. Makes you think. And now I think about it. Actually, I don't want to bring that up yet. I'll wait. But, okay, I have to. Because it bothered me when I first heard this. How is it that Kat was able to take some of those early times she came to see him? How was it that she was able to take some of those days off to come and visit DSP without Superman thinking anything was up? I always wondered how she pulled that off. Like, Superman just was cool with you leaving town for multiple days, you know what I'm saying, months at a time, just all of a sudden to visit, what, Jenna? Or whatever alleged family member you had? That part was never really clarified or whatever, and I don't think DSP will ever admit it. But I always found that to be fascinating. Like, what did Jenna tell Superman? Sorry, not Jenna. What did Kat tell Superman for him to be like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead and leave town for a few days? I'm just curious on how she pulled that off.
I won't have pain in my throat, and my allergies hopefully will have cleared up, and I'm not going to be all stressed out about everything, okay?
Now, here's the thing. I totally know that not streaming for 3 to 5 days is going to tank my revenue here on Twitch. I get it. But I think at this point, I need it.
For my health, for my sanity of my mind, I think I just need some days away.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that was Kat. Now, is this the first? I'm wondering if this is the first time that Kat came to see him, because I feel like this is his first kind of staycation, I think, after Panda left. I could be wrong, though. Wouldn't be the first time. But I'm wondering if this was the first official time she came to see him.
You know what I mean?
And that's why some people are like, well, Phil, why don't you just take time off now? Like, because I'm already planning on taking,
meaningful time off in July.
Yeah, because of his autistic fucking his fucking autistic fucking scheduling and shit. He can't do it. And I mean, yet again, if you look at what SnortBucks saying, it kind of makes you think, man, maybe it really was Cat. Just we're talking about taking meaningful time off and shit. Holy shit, yeah, exactly. Meaningful time without without friends, girlfriend, or family, just by himself. But in reality though, DSP is always by himself. Always. Explains why he's the individual that he is if you think about it.
So taking a day off now isn't going to help me when I know I'm going to be taking time off in a few weeks. Okay, so that's kind of the point.
It's almost like he was planning for something and he couldn't break rank on it.
Again, I don't have the dates or anything set in. I have to do some planning.
You have to do some planning for you to take a staycation? Okay. It almost sounds like you're planning around somebody else. Semantics.
Stuff. But it will be coming up. So FYI, this whole week coming up, Red Dead Redemption focus. Maybe try to finish it by early July so that I can start Dark Souls 2 and do a bunch of gameplay of that and some fighting games before I take some time off, okay? And my goal is to come back by the end of the month where I'll have a few things going on. I believe there's a couple games like Yonder and Splatoon 2 that are coming out in July that I may want to cover.
So we'll see. We'll see, folks. And also probably around mid-July, I started mentioning this on pre-streams, I'm going to be taking some time away. What's going to happen is probably around mid-July, 2 or 3 days, I'm going to be working tons.
Like, instead of only streaming, let's say I stream about 4 hours in one session and 2 hours in another, I'm going to double up and maybe even stream 2 extra hours in one session and another extra 1 or 2 hours the other. So I'm going to be doing a ridiculous amount of gameplay every day.
Yeah, he was doing that shit for Cat. Yeah, he was. Look at that Phantom Hoof. Yeah, he was at. That's a great screenshot. That's a great screenshot. That shit reminds me of that reminds me of Vader and shit. He used to be flexing in the ring. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, this more than likely was when Cat was coming to see his ass. Yeah, that kind of makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. At least makes sense to me.
Save up videos so I can then have those spread out to upload over the course of a few days on DSP Gaming.
And I could take some time away.
And why didn't he do that regularly? And then he could take off 3 days if he banks up a bunch of videos and shit. So grind for 4 straight days, excuse me, and then boom, and then the 3 days that you have off, just have videos go up and then do a weekend preview, I guess, and that's what 30 minutes or whatever, and then he's good. Oh well.
To just relax from work and reassess myself and get readjusted and ready, because you know what's going to happen in August is all these releases are going to hit. I'm going to be super busy. And
fuck. It really comes down to he was actually getting winded up for the begging that was actually about to come up as well. Oh, now that I think about it. Actually, here, give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, because he started, yeah, because he primed them in like no, maybe not September. What was that, August maybe? He did that? Because in like August is when he started to hint that he had issues. No, I was right originally. It wasn't September. And September is when he started to slowly but surely let it trickle out that he was having issues. So, and we're in late June. So yeah, so in July, he went ahead and tried to put the brave face on with all the gaming and shit and then the staycation. He did that in late July. Then in August, he was priming them. And then in September is when he started letting some of that information trickle out, leading into the holidays so he could bleed them then. I see what you did. Yeah, I see what you did now. Okay. Okay, I see what you did. I see what you did now. All right, here we go.
You know, I'm going to be working my ass off like I always do.
And I want to have a little bit at least time for myself before that happens, all right? And time away for things like my allergies and stuff to clear up. I need to have some time away. So that's going to be mid-July. So that's why I'm thinking this marathon of indies should probably take place late July.
Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
Yikes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now for video number 3. All right, let's give proper introductions, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here yet again with SnortBucks 2. Let's see here. KO Gaming / DSP Gaming. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. The Good Samaritans make him rage. This is from June 28th of 2017. The link will be down in the description. Here we go.
This is how I play the game. What the fuck?
I will be taking some time off in the month of July from streaming, not from uploading, to have a few days to myself.
This would be an opportunity for me to actually go out and do some shit and be social and, you know, get that back into my life, because the past month and a half has been a whirlwind of chaos, really. When you really get down to brass tacks of what it's been, very chaotic.
Cat, for sure. I got that shit locked in now. For sure. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing that it's not Cat. So you reached out to her officially, or you officially talked to each other June 1st of 2017, and you had her come visit you middle of July? No. He's been talking to that chick for better part of the year. At least 6 to 8 months. For sure.
And trying to get back into a routine here where I can still do the work, but I'm maintaining the house by myself and everything. It could be very, very, very chaotic, okay? In regards to the upcoming Indies Marathon, alright, the patrons nominated a bunch of games, okay? The May patrons nominated a ton of games for this marathon, but what ended up happening was most of the games were only nominated once. There were 3 games that were actually nominated twice. Everything else was only nominated once, so it was very hard to find a list. I couldn't have a list of 40 games to vote on. It would have been too chaotic. So I narrowed it down to 8 games, based on what games were nominated the most, and also a few games that I recognized that I thought would be interesting and fun for an indie stream. Alright? So I made this list of 8 games to vote on, and the patrons have begun voting. As of Sunday night, I created this list. Sadly, I didn't know this, but one of the games that I guess they nominated, first of all, isn't even an indie game, which I don't understand why it was nominated if it's not an indie game.
And
You didn't go back and actually check to see if those games are indie games or not? That falls on you, champ. That sounds like that's your fault.
it's published by Atlas, so it's like the double whammy.
And the game, I guess, I don't even know what the game...
Oh, is that the Persona 5, is that the Persona 5 copyright strikes? Well, Atlas Japan, I think, did that. Don't quote me on that. I want to tell you that was Atlas Japan that was throwing that shit around.
is, I have no idea. It's called Odin Sphere. I've never heard of it before. So not knowing what the hell the game is,
But knowing that apparently it is not an indie game and it's also Atlas published, there's no way I could have this in the marathon. As I said, moving forward, I'm done. I can't play Atlas games anymore. I just can't. Sorry, but I can't get copyright strikes because Atlas of Japan has no idea what they're doing.
okay.
Another reason
No
for
idea
DSP
at
to hate
all.
the Japanese.
And they're copyright striking people who apparently have permission to post up gameplay videos. It just doesn't make any sense. And I can't. Sorry, but after the whole Persona 5 fiasco, I just can't put up with it anymore. That's it. Persona 5 has completely eliminated the chance of any Atlas game ever being played on my streams or channels ever again.
And it's Atlas's fault because they don't know what they're doing. They're a disorganized company.
So I can't put up with it anymore. I'm done.
I cannot cover Atlas games ever again. It's just too much of a risk.
So, there you go, folks. That's it. No Odin Sphere. I mean, even though it's in the poll, I can't edit the poll now because the poll's already live and people already voted. But Odin Sphere is not going to be a possibility for that Indies Marathon because I can't risk it. No, I did not hear back from Atlas, and no, I'm probably not going to. If in regards to the copyright strike I received, I filed a counter for notification last week. YouTube processed it over the weekend, okay? I'm probably not going to hear back from them because typically what happens with these counter notifications, they sit there for the 14 business days or whatever.
He was with Curse at this point. Okay, he was with Curse at this point. And I don't think Curse handled his copyright strikes for him because he's not a managed partner or nothing. So I guess he did have to appeal that with YouTube on his own, maybe. I don't know, I feel like Curse could have helped with that. Interesting.
You don't hear back, and then the strike gets cleared up, all right? If I have news to share with you, I'll share it with you. But there's no reason to pester me every day about it, because every single day...
Phil, any news yet? Phil, any news yet? Any news yet?
I get emails about it, and I get tweets about
Pester,
it, and I get people in
okay.
the stream chat asking me about it. And it's like, dude, if I have the information, I'll give it to you. There's no reason to ask every day. More than likely, there will be no update. It'll just sit there for over 2 business weeks, and then finally it'll just get cleared up. Quietly. Okay? And by the way, I will say this...
What? Were they supposed to go on Twitter and announce, we have removed the copyright strikes from DSP'Gaming. We give our heartfelt apologies to Phil Paul Brunel for the inconvenience that we've given to him. In his own head, he believes that's probably what should happen. But realistically, yeah, it's going to be done quietly. Who else needs to know? That's an AB conversation.
Since I did get a troll cheer earlier from a moron who was only trying to troll me, I will respond to the troll cheer in an appropriate manner. The stupid question asked by the dunce was, but Phil, if people pledge $1,250 in order to see Danganronpa 2, shouldn't that be your priority? First of all...
Yes, it should be his priority. Because he's double dipping no matter what. Actually, theoretically, he's triple dipping. Because he's getting $1,250 to play the game through Patreon. He's going to play it on stream, and he's going to get tips and memberships or subs for that, because he's on Twitch. And then he's going to get fucking ad revenue on YouTube. So, like, there's no reason why it shouldn't be the priority, to be honest, under those circumstances.
No, people did not pledge $1,250, you fucking buffoon. You still, after 2.5 years of me using it, don't grasp the concept of how Patreon works.
He sounds angry as shit for no reason. He sounds angry as hell for no reason.
Because you are a bumfuck, dumbfuck, all right? You will spin things negatively in any way you can to make me look bad, and I'm tired of it. You're a moron, all right? Publicly, I'm stressing this. You are stupid, all right? That's not how Patreon works. Patreon is people pledge money to allow me to continue to do this as a job, and I could keep putting out the daily streams. And
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Ethan Van Skyler. So, excuse me. I want to say it was like middle of this year. It was like middle of this year. Or maybe it was like late last year. I don't know. It was sometime in the last like year or two. Someone on his stream was on the Trash Cast, so it had to have been this year. They were like, hey man, someone made a comment about, donating to his Indiegogo, and they're still waiting for their perks and they're still waiting for their product, right? Because Ethan hasn't, fulfilled all of his obligations yet. But you want to go ahead and we got to go ahead and go after the Negro who is doing good business, but everybody feels that the quality of his, projects are mid. But at least he's delivering them. At least there's people out there that can say it's mid because they have that shit in hand and they're not waiting like 3 to 5 years. Anyway, EVS said on stream, when you contribute to his Indiegogo, you're not doing it to get a product. You're doing it to allow him to continue to make products for you guys to buy later. I can't remember who has the actual clip for that. I want it, like, Vickyverse may have it. Alasmat might have it too. There's a couple people that have it. Maybe CG Slums might have it too. That shit's crazy. But then again, if you think about it, Ethan only got into Comicsgate to make money. That's all he ever gave a shit about. And truth be told, DSP only did the video game shit to make money. Well, his popularity too, ego. But secondarily, it's to make money. So it makes sense. So it's funny seeing the correlations between those two. So expect that when I start going over that Comicsgate shit, that you're going to see some correlations between Ethan and fucking DSP.
content. As a result of hitting a certain funding level, there's a celebratory reward that's in conjunction with hitting the funding level.
Interesting. That almost sounds like the stream goals for the fucking DSP Tries-Its. Imagine that.
It's not Kickstarter where you're pledging a certain amount to have something hit. And
That's kind of ironic, being that most of the guys in CG don't even use Kickstarter. Well, most of them. Some of them do. John Malin still has a hard-on about not being able to use it, but everybody else does.
a product created.
Well, most people do.
You are wrong. You are a dumb fuck. Okay?
Hurtful.
Now, in regards to Danganronpa 2, I want to put out a good playthrough of it. I don't want to have a playthrough where I'm losing my voice sounding like shit, especially because you know how much dialogue is in Danganronpa 2. How, if I physically cannot read the dialogue, how can I do a fucking playthrough of the game right now, genius?
You don't sound too sick right now, so I don't see what the problem is.
Yes. Should I hire someone to come to my house and read the screen for me? Should I get text to fucking verbal translation of the PC and have it read it like a robot? I mean, it's just, it's childish logic to say
that since people pledged to my Patreon that I should be dedicating all my efforts to doing this playthrough. You have to be a moron. You have to be stupid to think that way. It's called immature, childish logic. You think that the world is black and white?
Well, fuck, like, can't you just produce what you've been paid to do? How is that a bad thing? All right, whatever.
And that there's absolutely no extenuating circumstances for anything. It's either one way or the other, which is not how life works. And the quicker that you learn that that's not how fucking life works, the better off you'll be. Because I really fear for these fucking generation of kids who are going to get out there into the real world and they realize the world is not black and white. And they get slammed with reality when they realize that, oh my God, I was told one thing and it didn't 100% become exactly like that to a T.
That's crazy, because that does sound like he's definitely projecting. But it also sounds like every situation he's dealing with currently, not just the current situation he was dealing with back then. But look at now. He takes everybody at their word, full stop. Even now, he's got it in his head that, hey, Asmongold's going to do that podcast any day now, and I'm going to get that call any day now. When that was literally a throwaway line. It doesn't mean anything. But to DSP, though, he's always going to have that hope and be waiting for that Discord message to come through or that DM through Twitter. So it's okay for you to sit there and say half-hearted shit or do half-hearted shit, and no one should hold you to full obligation. But you'll hold everybody else to it? All right, then. That makes sense, I guess.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. And then your whole world will be rocked, and you'll be laying on a fucking psychiatrist's couch or banging off the fucking padded walls of the cell for the rest of your...
He does talk about mental illness and being detained, or sorry, institutionalized. He talks about that a lot, especially back in the day, which is weird because, you know, it kind of sounds like something that a person who may have actually been institutionalized might have actually say. I'm just throwing it out there.
Your life, because you're so immature and you don't think in your fucking head that sometimes shit happens.
Being immature and mentally ill are not exactly the same thing, Phil. Just saying. Just saying.
And you gotta find ways to deal with it. Okay?
So that being said, the Danganronpa 2 playthrough is going to happen. Nobody is dropping it. As I said, I want to play the game. I'm interested in it. That first session was interesting. But until I actually have a voice to do it, it doesn't make sense. Yes, let me completely stress out my voice for a day, and then I can't talk for a week. That would make a lot of logical sense. But again, to these dumb fuck kids...
But it's okay for you to fucking yell and scream right now, though? And you're still going to do commentary for all the other playthroughs you're doing, right? So where's exactly the logic in all this? Okay.
Kids who don't have mature thinking, all they see is black and white. They see, well, here's black and white. You should have played Danganronpa because people pledged. They're that dumb. I don't know what else to say. You are dumb if that's your line of thinking. And
you ask people to give you money to do a playthrough of a game, and they gave it to you. I don't understand how difficult this is. I don't understand where the disconnect is on this.
And there's no other way around it. So, apologies, I know, to those who want to see Danganronpa. I want to play it, but I'm doing the best for what's the best for everyone, okay?
So then why are you apologizing if you're not in the wrong? Womp womp.
Which is why tonight I'm not going to stream, and tomorrow my main stream will be Danganronpa, and I'll focus just on that for the day, okay?
We got another moron. Oh my God. Another moron cheer.
There's this guy who's been trolling me for days about this Atlas copyright strike, because he's an idiot. And he's like, I don't think Atlas is going to remove your strike.
They're going to remove it one way or the other.
Because if Atlas Japan doesn't remove it, Atlas USA will take care of it. They already said, we will help you to get the copyright strike removed.
Then why are you complaining then? Like, then let them just do their damn job. If the situation is already in the process of being solved, then what is he complaining about then?
And I already talked to Curse about it, and Curse is well aware of the situation and knows that it's a false strike. Therefore, don't
But Curse isn't actually helping you with it. You had to go through YouTube and Atlas USA on your own. That's weird.
worry about it. You know, if it doesn't get cleared up, then I'll work with you, Atlas USA and Curse, and to get it all taken care of. No one's dropping anyone. Curse is not going to drop me from a partner network because Atlas Japan fucked up and is doing.
Only if he knew. Only if he knew that a year plus later, that's exactly what they end up doing. Oh, fun times.
False copyright strikes against people, okay? Alright, and shout out to Timic83 who did a 50-bit cheer, and he said, trolls are getting fucking owned by Phil tonight. All they know is TMZ, Keemstar, drama culture, and will never create anything. You are correct. You're absolutely correct, because these people, these kids, and I will call them kids, it's sad because some of them are not kids, right?
Some of them are actually adults, but they have the mindset of small children. Little walnut-sized brains that never developed because probably
Here we go with his therapy. Good shit.
they were coddled by their fucking parents.
Wow, that's projection. That's projection. And on top of that, how old was Panda again when you started talking to her? Okay, I'll wait.
And they never actually got slapped with reality.
But yeah, to them, everything is drama. Everything is TMZ, Keemstar level. So, oh, people pledged to Phil's Patreon. He only played the game for the Patreon once. Drama alert.
Phil is not playing the game. He has stolen money. He is a scumfuck because...
Oh, that's actually a good point about the... You've already done this before with Project 7 and the camera goal. Yikes, good shit.
He is a thief. It's
Hell.
like, dude, you're so dumb.
So completely skip over the fact of all the voice issues I've had and everything, and the fact that if I did play Danganronpa 2 constantly, I'd lose my voice. Just skip all that, because if the world's
I mean, that's all that drinking he was doing. He did that to himself.
black and white, right? That's what I mean. If you're that stupid, that's how you think.
Why do you think so many people dislike me? Because they're stupid. Because in their minds, their little immature, underdeveloped minds, the world is black and white.
Oh, that's funny.
So they hear one thing and they believe it without any context, without any frame of reference, and without any actual mature thought. They just hear something, and that's it. It's fact. You know? So that's what they'll hear. They'll hear, wow, did you hear that people pledged to Phil's Patreon for him to do a Danganronpa 2 playthrough and that he didn't do it? What a thief. And that's it. And then they believe it. Because they're dumb. There you go.
Sadly, those kind of people are the people who cause most of the problems on planet Earth. They really are.
These people who are just
Matter of fact, didn't he, because Dwight brought this up to me not too long ago. Wasn't DSP calling detractors or equating detractors to being like, what was it, criminals, school shooters, terrorists, something like that? Damn, Phil, he and Phil had this notion for a long ass time.
this is right, this is wrong.
Like I said, there's nothing that DSP says that's new. All of it is a facsimile of something he said before, or something previous.
There's no gray area. I can't ever put myself in the shoes of another person or actually see the big picture of anything. It's either yes or no, black or white, right or wrong. And those are the people who fuck the planet up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't see how that's a thing. If someone paid me fucking $1,250 and whatnot to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, because I was paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then for someone who does this for a living, right, Phil? Because you do this for a living. Doesn't that mean that that opens you up for someone else to pay you another $1,250 to do something else later? And he's going to triple dip on all of it anyway. So who cares? Whatever.
Oh my God. Wow. Excuse me. I did not mean to do that. That came out of nowhere. Wow. That even surprised me. And that's a rare occurrence. Excuse me.
Look at his stringy little arms.
All right. I'm not dead, but I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
I can see why Brosai feels on DSP's neck about his physical fitness. That shit's embarrassing. Holy shit. Anyway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the fourth and last video that rounds out our broadcast. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Okay, let's get proper introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with yet again, SnortBucks 2. Big ups. So, KO Gaming / DSP Gaming on the... I see why you did this now. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. KO Gaming / DSP Gaming on the verge of losing his house. This is from September 19th of 2017. The link will be down in the description. Okay, I see why he asked for this now. I get it. Thank you, good sir. I see the method now. I get it. I see why you asked for all this now. I get it. Okay, bet. You were right. You were right. All right, bet. You're right. Here we go.
This is how I play the game!
Son of a bitch. Mission.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god. What is going on, everybody? Phil here, making a video that once again, I don't want to make.
I share with you as much as I can when I can, but there's a lot of stuff that honestly over the years I have to hold back for the betterment of everyone around me. I know that if I'm fully transparent on everything in my entire life, that people can use that against me. And I know that, wow, do I know that way more now than I ever knew before. Let me tell you, because, you know, back then when I started on YouTube, I was very naive and, you know, sharing everything, and all my personal shit, my girlfriend, everything, just share everything. And look how a lot of that shit kind of over the years blew up in my face, right? People using that against me for malicious purposes or whatever.
No, you exploited anybody. Great screenshot. Great screenshot. Anyway, that's what DSP would look like if he was high. Anyway, you exploited anybody and everybody around you for profit, and then it came back to haunt you later. That's your own fault. You created the monster. You know what I'm saying? You're the one who did that shit.
And even with the recent announcement that one of the major groups that always hounded me and got into my personal shit and everything is disbanded.
Oh yeah, he did take quite the victory lap when SOK fell. Yeah, he did. And we'll go over that later. But yeah, he took quite the victory lap when that happened.
Still.
But see, that goes back to that bullshit. Great screenshot. That goes back to that situation where he thought we were all just one major hive mind, and if the, you know, SOK was basically the head of the community and shit, so if they died out, you know, everybody else was supposed to die too. No, it was never that. Never that. But anyway, that's what he thought. That's what he thought. And now look at him. Sad little piggy boy. Oh, too bad. So sad. And then he probably never imagined how much worse things were going to get for him. Sucks to suck.
It seems like, you know, it's never going to go away. It's not. It's never going to go away. And, you know, we're to a point where I know that constantly in my life there's going to be a negative element. I was hoping that because of this announcement of this group disbanding that things were actually going to get better for me. And in a lot of ways it seems like they were. I wasn't getting that kind of systematic harassment for the last week or two at least.
And it seemed like a lot of people were now positive about me and my stuff. Today,
that's crazy. He thought that SOK was literally holding him back from having mainstream popularity. Holy shit. If that was the case, Fred Fucks would have fucking increased his, he would have spent less time trying to fucking gatekeep the people in the community and shit, and he would have spent more time spreading the Gouty gospel on how much of a piece of shit you were to other communities. If that was the case. Holy shit. If that's really what he was trying to do.
Sadly, I got, you know, pretty much news that's devastating if something happens. Let me put it that way.
The fuck does that mean?
And let me just sort
One, he went to the doctor to get a blood test. That's ironic because we couldn't get Jasper to do that shit. We couldn't get Jasper a blood test. Number two, he was sued for sexual harassment against the hairdresser. That story is actually kind of funny. Now that I think about it. Or number three, the IRS discovers fraud of DSP Enterprises. Actually, number three was kind of close. Number three was kind of close, actually. Holy shit, SnortForT had a pretty good batting average back in them days, for sure, for sure.
everyone else, this is not a threat to my YouTube channels. This is not a threat to my Twitch. It's nothing like that at all. You know, I'm not getting sued, nothing like that. But it's something that I can't fully tell you about. And that's what kills me the most right now.
Is because there's something negatively affecting me really deeply, and I can't tell you about it. I could dance around the subject, but I can't give you details.
What happened today was, as I was streaming, I finished my gameplay stream, and then I got a notice, and I was like, what is this? And basically, it made, I'm not even kidding you, this has happened twice in my life, where in the pit of my stomach, it feels empty. It feels like pain, like emptiness, like I'm sick, like I'm gonna vomit. Okay? It happened once when I got the notice, when I looked at YouTube and it said that all my ad revenue had plummeted and I wasn't getting any help from anyone about it, and I thought I was gonna go out of business. That was number one. And it happened again today.
So you didn't do it when Panda left your ass. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do it when your aunt back in Connecticut, you know, the one with Gout, the one that's a lesbian and whatever, the one she died, or when she was dying, or when she fell multiple times in your condo. You didn't have it. Did you have insurance for your condo, by the way, back then? Anyway, whatever. You didn't feel any of that. All the times that you've had this terrible pit in your stomach was over money. That should tell y'all a lot. Oh, that should tell y'all a lot.
Okay? To the point where
baby.
it's like, at this point in my life, I'm just, I don't know how I'm gonna keep dealing with this shit moving forward. Like, it seems like every 6 months, some crazy ass, stupid, fucking, out of my control bullshit happens that screws my life over somehow. You know, 6 months ago, it was February, March, right? It was the whole YouTube ad revenue apocalypse, and me taking months to figure out what I was gonna do on how to keep doing this for a living. And
No, you could have just taken your ass back to Twitch, which is what he ended up doing anyway. He should have just went his ass back to Twitch late 2016. He had already activated his account by then, or he was in the process of it. I should say, reactivating his account. He should have just done that. But he wanted to coast off of the gravy train of machinima, and then he somehow fucked that shit up. He blamed, as a lot of people did, they blamed PewDiePie for Adpocalypse. Make of that what you will. But it was his fault, DSP. It was his fault that he got kicked off machinima. He literally talked his way out of that contract. Yikes.
keep my house and keep everything going the way it was. And I do want to say thank you to all of you who were incredibly supportive, who've been coming out and everything. And everything's been good, right? In that regard. Everything's been positive. And then this happens today. And by the way, let me say this. This is something that I don't know if I can talk about it or not. All right? Well, let me put it this way. I know I can talk about it. I just don't know if it's going to make sense to. I can't give you definitive details.
Yeah, he couldn't get this. He didn't know how to fucking paint the story out. That's why. We didn't know how we were going to blame the attorney without people figuring out who the attorney was. We didn't know how to spin the shit that was going on with the state and business occupation tax, and how he was going to explain away how he didn't do research to find out if he owed state and business occupation tax, even though he had Panda paying her state and business occupation tax. That's the reason. You see why I love the classics? So big ups to the person who picked this out, but this is the reason why I love the classics and shit, because it all falls together and it all applies to the shit that goes on currently. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Details on what's going on with me. What I can tell you is why it affected me so deeply that I got sick to my stomach. I was
over money. Jesus Christ.
Frantically doing stuff for about an hour and a half after my stream.
Oh, you mean trying to convince the guy that they're great screenshot? How you're trying? I should turn that shit to an emote. What the fuck? Anyway, you tried to convince the guy that the agent at the office that you didn't owe state and business occupation tax. There was some mistake, and they should just let you off the hook. That's what he told us later.
I barely could eat dinner at all, and I was already, by the time I was already so behind.
What, you mean your turkey burgers that you just heated up? Maybe some hot dogs, DSP Tries-Its, you know what I'm saying, with all the coupons that you were using? Womp womp.
By the time I ate dinner, it was already going to be after 8 o'clock, so I canceled my second stream today.
Oh, wow, so he didn't even eat din on time. Look at that.
But guys, I'm in a situation right now where, I mean, I'm being real with you. This could be...
Yeah, basically. It was basically, it was taxes. And it eventually ended up affecting the federal tax. So so theoretically, you know what I'm saying? The IRS was right either way. Either way, it was taxes. That's at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was taxes.
Be a situation that's like worst case scenario, meaning I might have to sell my house.
Oh, poor baby.
That's your fault.
Yep.
And move. And if I move, I don't know where I would move. Obviously, I would want to move somewhere else here in the state of Washington. And maybe...
Why are you so scared to move back home, Phil? Why are you so scared to move back home?
We get an apartment or something that's cheaper than this house.
But basically, I'm in a pickle right now.
Actually, now I think about it, he probably could have gotten a really nice place in his area. A nice apartment, I should say. In his area for the amount that he was paying for the mortgage. Matter of fact, for 2 mortgages, because remember, at this time, he was still paying for the condo in Connecticut, too. He was still paying on that, and he was paying on the SnortFORT. Keep that in mind. So, yeah, he probably could have got himself a really decent place.
The point where, like, It's not 100% guaranteed yet. Let me put it that way, too. I don't want people to say doom and gloom, oh my god, it's all over. It's not yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm in a situation where there's a potential that things could go horribly wrong, and I might have to sell my house and get out of here.
See how he's setting shit up? You see how he's setting shit up? Oh, you dirty, dirty pig. You dirty, dirty pig.
Even though things have been going good, it still might happen.
You're the one who created that economic situation.
It sucks because what's going on has nothing whatsoever to do with you. It has nothing whatsoever
Why the fuck would it have anything to do with them? I never understood that. Great screenshot.
to do with me. There's been no wrongdoing on your behalf, on my behalf, nothing. It's just something that's happened, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, on top of all the other shit that I've been through over the years, now this too. It's like every possible
Cancer, diabetes, IRS, hairdresser. The hairdresser situation or scheme or angle. It's really, let's go with that. The hairdressing angle was kind of funny. I gotta say, that shit was kind of funny.
fucking negative thing that could possibly happen. It has happened.
Because I do feel like his hairdresser, I mean, she might be the same person now, but he used to spill his guts to her. It's very clear he was spilling his guts to that woman. So, womp womp to that. Maybe that's why she fucked his hair up so bad. Because I don't recall his haircuts being so bad back in like 2017 compared to now. His haircuts now are all fucked up. All fucked up. But back in the day, I don't remember them being so bad.
To me.
I don't know what to do, you know?
The only reason I'm making this video is to let you know it's something serious that's going on. I can't disclose, or I don't think I should disclose any more than that about it at this point. Maybe in the future I will. Once I finally get a grasp on the whole situation, this is just a preliminary thing that happened today, and if I get a grasp on the entire situation and I actually have more information to share with you and
it was taxes, and everybody knew it back then. It was taxes. That was the first thing people said was taxes.
Stuff like that, I will. But at this point, especially with what people have done with my personal information in the past, I don't feel like I should be sharing any more than just this initial letting you know something is wrong.
And honestly, folks, I'm going to do my best. I pledge to you that during this hardcore gaming season, this busy season when everything is going on, I'm going to do my best to every day be positive with you guys and try to have fun with games. You have to understand that in the back of my head, there's going to be this lingering thing. And the other thing you got to realize, I'm on my own now. That's your fault.
All right. I don't have someone physically here to support me or anything anymore. I'm on my own, like it used to be back in the day before I ever moved out here to Washington. And even though I'm used to it, it's rough, man, because it was good having that support system for me. And now because
he did actually, he was taking Panda's money, or at least some of it anyway. So we know that for sure.
The way my life has panned out because of a lot of circumstances and a lot of fucking people doing nasty shit to me. Look where I am now. You know, it's tough. It is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie at all. It's very challenging right now to keep doing what I'm doing and stay positive, you know. And I'll say this, I've said...
Remember, in the middle of July, we just came off of a nice staycation, which I'm surmising that, you know, Kat was there, and that might have been Kat's first visit, but he's so stressed out now in the middle of September. Imagine that.
Before, I think people gets over it. I had a history of depression in my past, and I got over it. Not to say that it ever goes away, because depression, for those, this is the thing people don't understand about depression, okay? It never goes away. You'll always have, if you really get deep depression, it will never go away. It will always be there. That little voice in your head saying that you're not good enough, saying that you're a bad person, saying that, you know, you're an awful person and you
You mean all the things that you hear daily anyway? Okay.
don't deserve good things and you don't deserve anything, and, you know, to the extreme extent with some people, go kill yourself, which is the...
Well, I'm not saying that. I mean, if you feel the need to do so, I mean, that's unfortunate for Linda, but outside of that, I mean, I'm not going to shed any tears for you or nothing. Just saying. That's not me saying that you should do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to shed any tears if you do. It's not that serious. It's really not that serious.
Absolute worst it could get, right? You know, it's very hard for me. I'm fighting right now because of all the shit in the news and stuff that I got. It's like, I'm fighting to stay positive for you guys. I am, and I want to, all right? What I would ask for you guys, all right? I'm not asking you, honestly, for anything financial.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. The setup for this shit, boy. The setup. Oh, what a slimy, slimy pig.
This shocks me.
I'm not asking for it. Not to say that shit wouldn't help, but I'm not. I can't anymore. Because you guys are giving so much. You guys are coming to streams, and I see it tipping, subbing, and pledging, and I see it coming to YouTube and watching the videos, and you see you guys...
The fact that the first thing he went to was finances was clearly the indicator that the shit was taxes. Oh, shit. Clearly. Great screenshot.
Doing everything you could do you know, to the point where I can't ask you anymore. You know what I mean? You want to know how all this could be fixed? If I win the fucking lotto overnight.
Dumbass. He just said he didn't want money and then admits that money would solve the problem. Oh shit. Man, oh man. And that's DSP for you. Like, he's always been that way. Like, always been that way. Like, fucking A, bro. I'm telling you, DSP is his greatest detractor. He is his greatest detractor. He will never be able to outdo anybody else. No one has inflicted more damage on Philip Paul Burnell than fucking DSP, Darkside Phil. Phil Burnell, Dark Geppetto. He's constantly fucking himself over. This shit's amazing. Just imagine how far he could go if he could stay out of his own damn way. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about detractors. Just figure out a way to stay out of your own way. Do that.
Then all my, you know, then all right, not every problem, because there's still things that can't be fixed, you know. Can't guarantee health and stuff if you win the lotto, but it's just to the point where, like, I don't even know what else I'm supposed to do. A reasonable human to be put up with as much adversity as I've now faced.
I mean, if you had the money though, you'd be able to get better healthcare. But then again, he already pays crazy amounts each and every month in medical insurance, and he doesn't even use it. So what does that even matter?
Since I've done this YouTube thing, I don't know, man.
I don't want to lose everything, guys. I worked my ass off.
And you may say, Phil just
Yeah, begging's hard. Begging's really, really hard.
sits around and plays games. You're right. That's at the essence of you describe what I do. I sit around and I play video games, but it's work. To come here every day, even some days when I feel like shit, and days when maybe I'm playing a game I don't particularly like. In particular, maybe a day when I know for a fact it's going to be at 95 degrees in my office. Even
Literal first world problems. And no one told you to buy a fucking house with no central air. You did that to yourself.
with the air conditioner blasting during the summer months, which is why I toughed through this whole summer. It's work to be here every day for you on stream, and you know
It was a lot of work to adjust my method from a YouTube only style to a streaming only style, and
all I'm getting is positive feedback about how good things have been, and people are saying I'm rejuvenated now, and it's looking better for me than ever before. Like, my videos and my playthroughs are more entertaining than they've been in the past 3 years because I feel rejuvenated again, and I do.
In the past 3 years. So you're gonna blame all of your shortcomings on Panda. God damn, that chick was just taking strays, bro. Holy shit, talk about shooting shots across the bow.
And even with all the shit, I mean, seriously, even with all getting past the YouTube ad revenue stuff and my breakup with my ex-girlfriend and all that shit, I really felt that I was on a positive trend to keep going. And it was looking, I mean, was I in the clear right now for keeping my house and everything here? No, of course not. But it was looking positive, at least for the next few months into next year. It was.
I thought we were gonna ask for money, and literally gets into basically a stealth begging for money. Holy shit.
Looking like this hardcore gaming season is going to be great no matter what.
I'm going to make a ton of money, hopefully, if I stick to my guns, and I'm going to be able to keep the house and everything. And now I don't know. I need that money. I really do. I need that money.
Pay my
And
bills.
that's the worst part. Uncertainty is the worst feeling on the planet. Knowing that I have worked my ass off, I've done everything right in my power, and that is, I want to clear everything. It's a situation where I've done everything right. I have not done a damned thing wrong whatsoever, yet it looks like I may end up in a ton of financial troubles to the point where
I thought you said you weren't gonna ask for money. What's wrong with you? I thought you said you weren't sure if you could talk about the problem. Spilling his goddamn piggy guts. Goddamn chitlins all over the place.
have to sell my house. I'm sure there'll be rampant speculation about what it is, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to allude to the truth.
You've already done it. Anyway.
You can guess, but I'm not going to tell you what's really going on.
And I'm in a situation where I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, even if I work my ass off and I do well, I can still, it seems like somehow life is finding a way around my hard work to fuck me. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I need to win like the lotto. I don't know what else to do. I can't work any harder. If I work any harder than I'm working right now, I will be physically affected, physically ill. To the point now where I'm still not on a consistently good sleep schedule.
The gaslighting is fucking insane. Holy shit. Holy shit. They should have put his ass in jail just for this shit.
Since everything that happened earlier this year.
This is literal grand theft fucking arson and shit.
my breakup and everything, I'm still not on a consistently good sleep schedule. I'm sure you guys have seen bags under my eyes. Some people said, Phil, looks like you gained weight.
I did. I gained like 5 to 10 pounds.
Because I used to be in a routine where I would be able to work my ass off, and then, you know, meals would be nice.
He's been saying he's been losing 5 to 10 pounds for years. That shit's crazy.
Prepare healthy meals for me in between and stuff, and it's not like that anymore. Now it's like I stream, and immediately after stream I have to whip something up quickly within an hour to 2 hours. People don't realize that usually I only have about an hour, because it takes me about a half hour, if not longer, to get videos queuing here to upload before I even get to work on dinner or whatever. The only things you can make—
You can't do both? Maybe YouTube Studio wasn't a thing back in 2017. Maybe not. Probably not, actually, now that I think about it. Probably not. But then, at the same time, if supposedly the uploading speeds back in those days were so slow, they kind of were. You know what I'm saying? They kind of were. You couldn't just go downstairs and start prepping shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, once you get to something that doesn't require direct heat, go upstairs and see what the progress is and just go back and forth. Jesus Christ, all he was doing was cooking hot dogs and fucking warming up turkey burgers anyway. Who gives a shit?
quicker or unhealthy for you.
Or running off to fucking go and get Subway or some type of fast food. He's admitted to doing that.
Oh, TV dinner. Yeah, pop that in. It's terrible for you. Awful, you know.
So I'm trying.
It wasn't that awful if you were eating it. You were doing DSP tries it on him.
Trying to balance my lifestyle here, but, you know, it's tough. It really has. I cannot work any harder, work longer as one person. I can't do it.
And you can see the desperation of why he needed Cat there so bad and so soon. That's hilarious.
I'm now to my physical limits where I know I can't. I'm to the point where you saw how bad it was all summer with my throat and everything, and now finally I'm starting.
That's because of all that drinking he was doing.
To get better because the weather turned. I can't go any harder. I don't know what else to do. Get a job. It's not that simple.
Even right now, at this point, things that are coming together, it's not that simple. Even if I went and got another job, it's not going to help anything, all right? It's to the point where it's stuff that I can't control.
Another source of income wouldn't help you. Okay. That's an interesting way of putting it.
And I can't help. And I know people are going to hypothesize about probably 3 in particular things that this could definitely be. I cannot tell you exactly what it is. And you won't find any information about it either, because I never publicly talked about any of this stuff before, by the way. So you won't find anything about it. It's stuff that I've basically kept on the down low. And I really wish I could tell you everything, but I can't. I know it would be the bad choice to do that, okay? I really am not asking anything extra from any of you at this point. I can't. I just want to let you know what's going on with me and let you know I'm going to try my damnedest to stay positive, to put out positive content for you on a daily basis. It's all I can do. I have to. At this point, I can't stop and just give up. I have to keep going. But it's looking like if things are going the way that they're going, I don't see how I can stay in this house. I'm going to need to sell the house to take care of things, and that's not good.
I mean, I worked my ass off to get here. I put myself in a ton of debt to get here. And it's because of all the fucking people who've done that.
That's rather fitting then that you would lose it all to debt. That makes it kind of fitting if you think about it.
Nasty shit to me that I'm in the situation that I'm in right now. And that's matter of fact, folks. The reason that I'm in a bad situation now, financially in particular, is because of people doing nasty shit to me. If
I never got false copyright strikes against DSP'Gaming and all that shit,
the
channel still would probably have been just maybe declined a little bit, but no way would it.
It was in a decline before the strikes, or in the claims, if you will. It was in a downward spiral before that.
Dip the way it looked. I'm gonna be really go ahead because everyone loves to use it. Social Blade.
And that he ain't banned a bunch of people and shit. He ain't blocked a bunch of people. Like, what the fuck?
Go look at Social Blade and go take a look at the month when I got the false copyright strikes. The channel was in jeopardy of being shut down, and I was advised by YouTube staff to delete the videos.
You got no proof of none of that. I promise you this is bullshit. I promise you this is bullshit.
That had fan art in them. You will see that my channel went like this because I had deleted.
Because if that was the case, he would have already leaked not even leaked it. He'd have put that out by now. If that was really the case, he would have put the email out by now. But he won't because it doesn't exist. He panicked. He freaked the fuck out. By the time fucking Machinima got back in the pocket, and once they got into the bullpen and they found out what the fuck happened, DSP had already shit the bed. And they were like, well, we can't help you. We can't retroactively fix this. What's done is done.
I had to delete those videos. It came back up the next month with positive views, but then it just went like this. Because I was from then on, I was out of YouTube search and YouTube algorithms and everything.
And you're talking someone who worked their ass off to get where I was.
Oh boy.
Who got fucked by a bunch of kids.
That sounds really suspect when you think about that now. Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. That's kind of yikes. That's a very yikes ass thing to say, Phil. But then again, you do have a history of liking him young, though. You, fucking Boogie, fucking Keem, like all y'all like him young. I mean, yeah, at least you and Boogie at the very least. Keem at least waited till that chick was 20, but you and Boogie were, you guys are skirting shit for sure.
You know, and I've never been able to recover since then. Things have just gotten worse. It's a big landslide of negative stuff that's happened since then because of that. Because
you shouldn't treat people like garbage, man. That's what it comes down to. You thought you could act and talk to people any which way until you found out that you couldn't.
Those false copyright strikes that I can never recover from, you know? I don't know what else to say or do. That's the truth of the matter. Those false copyright strikes put me single-handedly in the financial situation that I'm in now, because if they never happened, I would have been making enough money to easily pay off all of my financial obligations.
You got no proof or evidence of any of that, truth be told. Like, there's no real evidence of any of that. No one knows for sure. He could have still... Excuse me. Yet again, he was in a decline before the copyright claims came in. He could have and strikes. He was in a downward spiral before that. So for all you know, he was still going to tank. It may have not have been as quickly, but he was still going to tank. He was going to get there no matter what.
Not have a problem with anything going on with my finances right now.
I wouldn't have to be on stream and on videos begging you guys for help during bad times when things are tight. Never, I never would have been in that bad of a financial situation if it weren't for those direct actions from a bunch of fucking assholes, from a group that planned it out step by fucking step to do it again to me. And now I don't know if I will ever, at this point, especially with what I'm getting notice of today, I don't know if I'll ever get back to financially.
So you didn't get anything out of the fall of SOK if you think about it. You didn't even get the Punic victory out of that shit. They did their damage and whatnot, and then they kind of scattered, and you're still left with the fallout. Imagine that.
Or healthy either, because look at me, you know, people notice I'm, I guess.
And then that led to the rise of Tevin and whatnot in the restreaming age, and he's been fucked. He damn sure has been fucked ever since. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Tevin, he basically ushered in that new era and whatnot, which led to more people restreaming, which led to the rise of Dark Dave Mirrors, which eventually ended up leading to the rise of Raw Phil and whatnot. Well, his original channel first, and then when he renamed it, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So fucking A, bro, that changes the whole scope of things if you think about it. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think LSB was in the mix, amongst others. Holy fuck, bro. Ah, dog. And all that shit, ironically enough, at least with the rise of Tevin, all of that stemmed from the fact that DSP ain't sat there and got fucking Tevin and those two other fellas deplatformed and whatnot. So Tevin was like, oh, okay, so you're going to fuck with me on my platform? All right, I'm going to fuck with you on YouTube. And that's what he did. Oh, praise be. That's what he did. And then for the ultimate, in the most sweetest poetic justice, Tevin eventually gets unbanned from Twitch, invited back, and given a managed partnership. Around the time DSP got kicked out of his. Oh my god, that was so crazy. That was so crazy. And then DSP tried to lead a fucking deplatforming campaign on Twitter to get Tevin taken off of Twitch again. Oh my god, bro. Such fucking madness. DSP was a mad pig back in those days, man. Absolutely. Angry pig. Not a hog, but an angry pig. He never really had that hog in him. But he had that angry piglet every once in a while.
I gained weight. I'm not sleeping. You know, and how can I get healthy when every time there's positive?
I mean, when were you ever healthy though? So, you know what I'm saying? Physically or mentally. I guess we got to start there.
Shit happening, something negative comes to fuck it all up again, right? How can I possibly? I'll be honest with everyone, there's other positive things in my life right now too that are really nice, that are good things to have going on. I don't share anyone.
Yeah, that's Kat. But like I said, if Kat actually showed up in for the first time at the end of July, then that explains why we're at where we're at now. Because then again, he's just priming people leading up into the holidays, because he's already laid the groundwork to, hey, it's finances. Hey, if I had a lot of money, hey, if I won the lotto, that would fix a lot of this. He's already laid down the groundwork. Oh, and it makes sense. Now I think about it. If Cat showed up in July for that staycation, that 3 to 5 days or whatever the fuck, that makes a whole lot of sense why this happened and everything that followed it. It makes a whole lot of sense. Oh boy, can't wait to dive into this further.
I don't share this information with anyone because I know that it would, again, sharing that kind of personal I learned my lesson, let's put it that way.
Did you?
From, other things that I've shared over the years, personal stuff, there's no way that I could share that stuff with you guys anymore because of what happened.
So there is a lot of positivity going on behind the scenes. The problem is
all the work that I put into this entity,
this business,
it's not a business.
Oh,
it's because it's not. I don't own a business. I don't legally own a business anywhere.
And this is what really, now remember, I don't know if, like, I can't remember if the tractor Twitter or the farms came up with state business occupation tax. Like, but when he said this, everybody's like, okay, yeah, it's definitely taxes. It's definitely taxes. He's proper fucked. He was proper fucked. The moment that he decided to denounce that it's not a business is when he literally fucking signed his own death warrant, so to speak. Oh my god.
Being self-employed, this self-employment legacy of me having a
self-employed legacy.
YouTube channel that people go to watch this certain style of gameplay every day, and now to have a Twitch channel that people come to every day for a positive experience and see me have fun or rage or whatever it might be.
Like, why are you spending all this time trying to fucking downplay it and shit? It's almost like when he got served with the notice, he immediately goes into damage control and be like, okay, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. So then when the State and Business Occupation Office decided to look into this further, if they did even do that, and look up at his channel, they find this one video that says, this is not a business. Stop. Fucking idiot. God damn. He's a reactionary bitch. He never thinks out anything. Or barely anything. He just reacts to everything. And that's why you get into situations like this. That's hilarious.
The latest game, and to have this cool interaction with me every single day on stream. I love it. And it's that stuff's positive, and there's other stuff that's positive behind the scenes, but the fact that I might lose my fucking house over something that I have nothing whatsoever control over or to do with. That's the worst feeling. Because, there's things in my career, I guess that's what you could call it. It wasn't a business, it was a career.
It wasn't a business, it was a career. Okay, so you're working for Curse now. You're an employee. You know what I'm saying? That's in you at 1040. Oh, the madness. The madness. Oh my Christ. Oh my god. Tried his ass off to make sure it doesn't come across like a business. Man, if you were a fucking DSP fan, we didn't call them dents back in those days, but if you were a DSP fan back in those days, you must have been confused. You must have been confused on what the fuck was going on here. There was some real gouty confusion going on at that time.
Career, you could say, well, Phil, you fucked up here, and you fucked up here, and you fucked up here, and that's what, you said this, and that pissed off people, and this person you banned, and that person became a sociopath who stalked you, and that's why they did those nasty things to you.
That last one was Evil AJ. Or at least that's what he was trying to describe it.
When you get in a situation when you did definitively nothing wrong, and I could still be fucked and lose this house, that's when it's like,
womp womp.
I don't know, guys. Now, I don't think it's going to be anything that happens quickly. Hopefully. But, hopefully, this is something that if I do end up in a situation where I have to leave, I have time to transition out, I have enough time to sell the house and make, do what I need to do.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Because the next time you brought this up, you said that you wouldn't have time to do any of that. So, huh? Okay.
And get out of here. Absolute worst case scenario, if I move back to Connecticut, I mean...
You got the condo that you're still paying on? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if your aunt was dead yet. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. It didn't. Well, I'm not sorry, but I mean, I said what I said. But I don't think his aunt had passed away yet. Let's reword it. Let's remix it. I don't think she had passed away just yet. So you could have probably moved back in there, and there may not be a smell. Oh, I'm going I'm going to hell for that one. Anyway, you may be able to move back to the condo, and there might not be any problems. But so what? Like, what's the issue? You're paying for it. You might as well move back in.
I don't know, man. Imagine if I had to move back to Connecticut to the condo, and I would go right back to the bad situation I was in, where constant bad health because I have to shovel snow and deal with bad weather and everything, which I can't do.
You need the exercise. You said you're in really shitty shape.
With my back, I wouldn't have my office anymore. I'd lose all the audio quality and the quality of everything that I've had since I moved here. All the improvements, right?
What does that mean? As someone with shitty audio himself, I mean, your audio is pretty shitty too. So they'll deal.
Able to do the fact that I have a dedicated office and I could do this 24/7 and I could, you know, yell and scream and everything and do it. And I couldn't do it in Connecticut to some extent, sure. But, you know, that place that I had that.
Wow, you still got PTSD after that old man ain't sat there and yelled at you? Didn't you say that guy was some drunk or some alcoholic or some bullshit? Well, you guys have something in common. But anyway, didn't you say that guy was just some fucking drunk or whatever and that was no big deal? But then again, when you were playing that episode of Spider-Man and shit, and he told you to shut the fuck up, you really did shut the fuck up. So I guess there's that. Damn, Phil, you still haven't let that shit go after all them years? Yikes.
Condo in Connecticut is shitty. The internet's shitty.
You don't think the internet couldn't have gotten better over the years? Oh, that's right. Everything's black or white. I got you, Phil. There's one way or another. Nothing can ever change for the better, right, Phil? Right, Phil? Right.
You know, it's bad for my health. Taxes, oh my god, state tax in Connecticut is out the wazoo. I'd have to pay state tax in Connecticut.
Oh, looking back at it, he gave that shit away when he said that shit. He gave that shit away when he said that shit. Oh man, it all makes sense. And like looking back at it now in hindsight, it's all made sense. He gave himself away. This video had so many fucking cues. You just had to know what to look for. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Again, which would be very fucking bad. And just the fact that selling a house is not easy. You know, I might have to have this house on the market for a few months, and then I gotta find a way to sell all the shit in it, because all the shit in this house cannot.
I thought you said you'd have time to transition. Now all of a sudden, whatever. Contradicts himself constantly. So why should I be surprised?
I moved across the country and you know, fit in my place in Connecticut. That's not gonna happen. Ideally, I'd like to get an apartment out here, but again, can I even afford that? I don't know. This really sucks. This is a situation where, you know, I need to... too bad I don't have one of those oil barons, you know? Abu Dhabi oil baron guy who watches my content. He's one of those...
That's kind of weird that you're literally wishing to have another man take care of you. That seems kind of... That just doesn't seem right. I guess it's just... That's the best way I can describe it. Holy shit. What would you do for that Arab money, Phil? What would you do for that Middle Eastern money? You know what I'm saying? Because that shit doesn't come free. You do realize that, right? Because you already made it very clear in our present day and age that he wouldn't be willing to pay the toll, if you will, the PPP. So what would he be willing to do for that oil money back in 2017? Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna laugh ourselves right in the hell, folks. Oh man. Oh, this is gonna be tough.
Silent majority people, and he's like, what the fuck, again, Phil's fucked here. I'm just gonna finance this guy to let him do his work and
It's just gotta let him do his work. Oh my god. It hurts. It hurts.
be happy with his fucking life. You know, too bad, or again, too bad I didn't hit the lotto or something, you know?
I don't know. And I don't have any wealthy relatives or anything like that I can fall back on. It's other things. Some people say, why'd you borrow money from your relative? I don't. You know, I've always...
You shouldn't look at your family like that, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. If you're desperate or whatever, I get it. But you should never look at your family as a pocketbook or a check. That's not a thing. That's not a thing you should do.
I'm a self-made dude. You know, very...
There ain't nothing self-made about you. There's always someone there to help him. Always. There was always somebody there to help him. Fuck you talking about?
Rarely can I ever appeal to anyone for that kind of help. in any way, shape, or form. There have been a few times when my parents have been able to help here or there, but they're not rich, you know. They're not.
And you didn't mind bleeding them anyway, so what the fuck are you talking about?
All right, folks. I don't really know what else to say in this video. I'm sorry that I can't share more information. Like I said, I just know it would be spun even worse against me in a way. But thank you for your overwhelming support that I've received over the years. You know, I don't even know what else to say or do. I just want to let you know that's what's going on. I will do my damnedest, all right, to put out good content for you moving forward. And we'll see what happens. If and when I can share more details on this negative thing that's going on with me, I will try. I cannot right now. When I get more information, maybe I'll be able to. But right now, and again, there may be a situation where maybe I won't be able to work as much and stuff moving forward. We'll see. I can't definitively tell you everything. It's because the thing for me that's killing me. I've always been transparent. I've always been the guy that's been able to come out and kind of tell you almost everything. And when I have situations where I can't, that's what gets me. You know, and I can't right now. Okay, so. Again, nothing to do with YouTube, nothing to do with Twitch. Don't worry, all the things, nothing's in jeopardy. Everything's good. It's just a point where I know I'm gonna have negative shit hanging on me, like a depression, like I've had in the past. I've had, like I said, not ever when I was on YouTube, but it was about mid 2000s. I was in a pretty bad way, and I've really done a lot to fight that off. You know. And I know.
So was this when Jaha and Mike Watson had you on your hands and knees in that parking lot? And you were begging for your life and saying you were an alcoholic? Is that what you're talking about? I'm just curious.
Logically, it doesn't help anything, but
because it wasn't that chick that you were stalking in school. That wouldn't have been mid 2000s. So that's not a thing.
I'm gonna really have a tough time moving forward with what's going on right now. All right.
Now that I think about it, you are definitely a sick little monkey, man. I don't know why your parents didn't put your ass in fucking therapy or something, or maybe they did. I don't know, but you certainly needed it. You needed something. Medication wasn't good enough. Just saying.
So,
and now I think about it, if you were on some type of medication or whatever, I would assume that they sat your ass down to talk to somebody. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Any support you guys can lend, especially moral support right now, is fucking needed. If people could just be nice to me for
yeah, fuck all that. Great screenshot. Nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Keep the boots to his motherfucking neck. Keep the pressure on it all night and keep applying. Or, as the homie Dwight would say, no peace. No peace. What are you talking about? If people would just be nice to me. Stop your silly ass shit. Welcome to real life, folks. welcome to the life of a lol cow, Phil. Welcome home.
Change. Not to say that most people are, people who watch my videos and streams, my God, you guys have been awesome, but if people would just fucking give me a break. I need it. I can't, I'm to the point where it's like, I can't.
Nah, you don't get no breaks. Either you break or you don't. You're gonna bend and you're gonna break. You don't get no breaks. You either bend or break. One of the two.
Yeah, you get to a breaking point. And thank God I'm not there yet, but All right. I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Yep. Phil's fat. Yep. Phil's a loser. Yep. Phil's a beggar.
Yep. He admitted in this year that he was begging. So, yeah, he is a beggar.
All right, I'm not dead, but I swear to God, I wish I fucking was.
Oh, man. I had way too much fun with this one. What I did here should have been illegal. I had way too much fun with this one. All right, big ups to my peoples who recommended these four. Big ups. I see the method in the madness now. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was delicious. That was absolutely delicious. Yikes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. Take care of yourselves, people. Season's greetings and happy holidays from everybody here. Happy Goutmas. Well, the days leading up to Goutmas, I should say. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever tomorrow brings. Oh, man. Enjoy your guys' day and take care of yourselves, people. Later.